Okay. Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to our channel, Handmade by Ying with Donna and Joe. Today is December the 19th. I'm telling you what, we've been missing just a little bit. We've been able to pull from the archives and the little vault that we have and throw up some stuff just to keep something coming out every day. And it's one of those times I'm really glad that we did keep one up, you know. Thank you guys for all your prayers while we've been battling this sickness. When it comes on, man, I'm telling you, it comes on like bam. And I'm just glad that I'm on my second antibiotic and I'm starting to feel human again. So with that being said, let me slip into the chat and welcome everyone here tonight. Thank you guys. And that's all I can tell you is thank you for your prayers. Michelle Crafton Moore, hi Donna and Joe. Hope you are both feeling much better. Definitely on the tail end of whatever this funk is. LOL, dang Michelle, you beat me. Michelle comes in like yesterday night, you know? She's too cute. Auntie Donna, Buttercup, and everyone in the chat. I'm only 4.5 hours early. You guys cracked me up. Day, hi Donna and Joe. Donnell, did you leave work early so you could try and beat Michelle into the chat? She probably come in at lunchtime and signed in. How's your boy doing, Michelle? I'm telling you, whatever this funk is, it's going around all over. He's doing good. Spent the night with me last night and left to go home about 45 minutes ago. Now you get to relax. Yes. Brenda Foley's in the house, and Brenda, Joe loves the card. You made his day. That was just so sweet of you. Joydy, hello. Hi, Donna, Joe in the chatters. Bear with me. The brain's still just mucked up a little bit from all this funk. Hi, everybody. I hope everyone's Friday is going well. Long week, but on vacation now until Monday after Christmas. Amen to that. Everybody needs to have a little time away, right? And let me see. Awesome, Brendan. Enjoy your time off. I'm sure it will be nice to spend time with your daughter. That is the best, when you can spend time with family. LOL Day, I tried, but she must have known. You guys cracking me up. What you cooking, Donnell? I'm bouncing at a few stores, so I'll be lurking while shopping. She must be that last minute shopper, you know, the ones Joe talk about. Let me see, picking up meds and groceries. Those are a must. Let me see. Nope. Christmas shopping's done. Amen to that. Ours is too. I worked on packaging things today. Bob H. Good evening, everyone. Hey, sweetheart, and welcome. Those elves look mad. No, they just tired. They're getting over the crud too. Are they copying Michael Jackson with the moves? You are too funny, Day. Zella McKenzie, hi from West Michigan. Hello, hello. Zaza's in the house. Michelle, they do. I'd be mad too if I was an elf. You guys are too funny. Maybe that is why they're mad. They're not mad. Not mad at all. Let me see. Southeast Michigan here. Donna said. It's just nice to see everybody. Are those three, wait a minute, are those three the 3Ds? Yeah, let's say that. Janine's in the house. Hey, sweetheart. Paula Hill, just a question. Are those dancing elves supposed to be Donna, Donnell, and Day? Yes. Didn't we look all funky and stuff, you know? Ah, you guys are too funny. Let me see. I'm just skimming the chat. Janine, you out for Christmas break yet? Let me see. Don't have to shop if you're giving green back, Kathy. Weather in my area is crazy. Woke up to warm 55 and now howling winds. We've had that crazy wind and rain and snow mix all day. It's been horrible. Hello, Kathy Hutchins. Oh, I haven't started shopping yet. Uh-oh. That's not good. Shelly, hello, sweetheart, and welcome. Many down trees and power out here. Oh, no. Sorry to hear that. Janine had windy weather here today, but it was nice. Okay. Let me see. Let me see. I think that's Marsha, but yes, today was the last day of school for 2 weeks. Maybe we get to see you now. Yes. Okay, I had that right. Woohoo, Janine. Sewing up a storm. Amen to that. So anyway, hello and welcome back to the channel. And like I said before, thank you guys for coming, hanging out, and enjoying a Friday night with Joe and I. And like I said, tell me in the chat, what did you guys think this year of the 12 days of Quiltmas? Did you like it this year? And as you know from Kristen's, I'm taking it back over next year. And we've already got the wheels churning and the planning is already underway. So it's going to be a fun one. Not that this one wasn't. I so appreciate Tom and Kristen taking things over while we were dealing with everything with Harper and then me. It's just, you don't know how blessed you are until your friends step up and say, hey, I'll handle it. Tony Altman, greetings, everyone. You know, I loved it. Yes. It's just crazy. My brother lives in Newego. Love that part of the States. Awesome. Love the 12 days of Quiltmas. This year, it was kind of cool to sit on the back end. I was in it, but it was fun to see what everybody's mindset and what they came away with. I loved Quiltmas Fun Experience. It was loads of fun. Wait until next year. I've already got the wheels churning. The groups have been picked, and it's going to be something fun and exciting and unexpected. And that's all you'll get out of me and now until November. But yeah, it's going to be a fun one. So anyway, tonight we're here to talk about the 12 days of Quiltmas. It's in my brain, I'm telling you. Anyway, every year, everybody that knows, Joe and I, we pick projects that we utilize, not utilize, I used the wrong word there, that we support And when we first kicked off our channel, we started with the So Powerful. We like to give back. And we did it about a year and a half. Every month I was doing purses for the underprivileged girls and mailing them out. And that was quite fun. So then we shifted gears because we like to change things up. And we did this project Dress a Girl with Muddy. And we did that a couple years. And I'm still accepting dresses, and I will transport to her for anybody that wishes to still send them. And then last year with Harper, a bunch of channels joined forces with me, and we made quilts for the Ronald McDonald House as a way for us all to say thank you for what you have done. So this year, Joe and I talked, and what we've opted to do this year is we are going to do Quilts of Valor for 2026. And I hope that everybody that hears this loves that idea. We have so many things going on in our world today, and it's just a nice way to say thank you for your service, you know? So that's what Joe and I have opted to do, and I'll give you more info in just a second. Marcia said she loved it, fun experience. It was loads of fun. I'm just skimming. I like some more than others of Quiltmas. Absolutely. That's understandable. It was a great tradition that people have stepped up and stepped in to make it continue. Absolutely. And I would have been lost because, you know, sometimes your life happens, and they were like, right away, what can we do to help? And that way we could keep it going. Mama Enterprise, I'm doing the Quilt of Valor challenge. I designed the pattern called Steps to Freedom. I will be doing it on my channel and giving the pattern away. I will include Donna's info on how to donate, deadlines, etc. Thank you so much. That is so sweet of you. Any channels that want to join in, it's going to be fun. And the first round is going to be quicker, and then all year long, of course, we will accept. But the first round, I'm going to give that information here in just a second. I miss most of it being on the road. I get that. Oh, awesome sauce. You'll have to, Andrea, send me that pattern, please. I would really like to see it as well. That way I might make a second, third, fourth, whatever. That's awesome sauce. That's very kind. Very, very kind and thoughtful. Cobbs is in the house. Hello and welcome. And Jonathan, is it, Joe? Jonathan. I wanted to say it right. So anyway, this is the pattern. And let me look here. So yeah, Quilting did this pattern. I'm not sure if they designed it or it was one that someone snagged from their channel. I'm not sure, but it's called Night Sky. And as you can maybe see, I'm not sure, I OCD really bad. I can read the pattern the way they have it, but I always dissect the pattern to see an easier way for me to demonstrate and an easier way for me to work it up. So this first round of quilts that I'm challenging anybody that wants to, first off, please send me a private messenger in the messenger group, and that says you're in. And that gives me a list that I can keep tabs on, and as we receive your envelope with the quilt in, then I can just mark you off that I did get it. You're not held to it or anything like that. This is a giving of a blessing from the heart. The deadline for this first round is, I would really like you to get them in the mail by March 1st. With this organization, it is the flimsy. And for those that don't know, you don't build anything, you don't sandwich it, you do nothing. The organization, these will be going to, they've got the quilt box, they've got the batting, All you need to do is send the flimsy and the binding. Now, how cool is that, right? And that makes it go so much smoother on our side. They'll do the labeling, they'll do the quilting, and they'll do the pick on whom gets those. So you can't go wrong with that. And I think that's really, really cool. And then March, let me see, April, May, June. I'm saying July or August, I'll collect whatever's left at that time. And then I'll just start stockpiling and do a second delivery. So the big hit out of the gate would be I get as many as I can by postmarked by March the 1st. And on the envelope, the plastic mailer or however you choose, all I'm asking, so I don't open it because these are not for Joe and I, you know, please put QVA. That way we're going to know that these are Quilts of Valor. I've got a tub, and as they come in, I will just look at the address and mark you off that, yes, I have it. And I'll announce that that is been received, and you'll see me announce that on the channel. So I'll say, okay, this week I got from, I'm going to just call out people. I have a screen in front of me. Hold on. Okay. But that's the additional information that I can give you. They're asking for full twin size. So I'm doing 70 by 70. I think that rounds out very nice. And I'm not going to border this one. I really like the way that this is coming together. I went ahead and took the liberty to really rip this pattern apart. That way, as I was building it, because I did change the colors the way I did it, and you're going to see that in just a moment. And I really kind of like the way it turned out, but I wish this red part here, I would have went with a darker instead of a red, white, and blue fabric. And let me show you. I don't think that there's enough contrast here to really show when you put it with the white. Do you see what I mean? But they'll get the message, you know? But it's one of those life lessons. I should have, could have, would have, all of the things. But I want to get this, that way I'm showing you. See how that really pops? These are extra pieces, and I have enough extra cut that I am going to do a second quilt. So let me see. I'll be doing the challenge as well for Quilts of Valor. I'm starting mine after Christmas. Thank you, Donnell. Please, Donnell, send me Andrea's name so I remember, please. I'm also doing the Quilt of Valor. I have day down. I will be getting my pattern situated. I have my fabrics already. Awesome. Thanks for the additional information. Brenda Joy, I might be able to squeak in a Quilt of Valor. Thank you, guys. Where do you purchase the pattern? This was a free pattern given to me, but Andrea has one as well. This was, I don't believe it was a purchase, honestly. So if you like this one, reach out to me on the messenger and I'll just send it to you because it was given to me and I don't mind paying it forward. I'm happy to hear that you are doing another round after the first one. I'm writing a Quilt of Valor pattern book, and I have several patterns that I want to test for the book. I will send them as I have them. Thank you. Joyce, you can do any pattern, anything that you want. I've seen them done as potato chips. I've seen, the sky is the limit. You could do 9-page blocks, red, white, and blue. That's the ultimate goal. Try to get it at 70-70 and make sure that you do have the red, white, and blue. And when you make it, think of a loved one in your heart that you would want to receive. And it makes your picking of your fabrics and things. I don't have a lot of red, white, and blue, so I just pulled what I have here at home. You're welcome. I believe you can make any pattern as long as it has the right measurements. Red, white, and blue fabric. Absolutely. That is correct, Joyce. We'll do thanks, Donna. You're welcome. So as you all know, I always work a pattern ahead just so I have something to show you. So I've talked to Joe. We're going to do this. I'm dedicating this weekend because I don't really want to start my projects for 2026, and I've already wrapped up my projects for 2025. So I'm dedicating tonight, Sunday morning, and Monday to Quilt of Valor. And this weekend I'll be cutting one more up of this, but changing the color layout a bit. And I'm not sure how much of it you can see. Joe, will you be able to move the camera up so they can see the top? The top of this. Can you move this camera up? Yeah, Joe's going to readjust the camera for me so I don't jack up things. But we did move the design wall so I'd be able to have this behind me for this. Yeah, keep on coming. Up a little more. Right there. Now, as you can see, that the blocks that I'm working on right now are these, and there's only 3 blocks in the corner. And there's 20 blocks total for this quilt. So it goes really fast. The worst, I can't even say the worst, figuring out which color where you want it, you know? I have went ahead and sewed the 4 center rows together after the live tonight, or I'll probably do it tomorrow because I've been working most of the day. As I'll sew the rows together and just wrap that one up. I'll do the victory lap. And if anybody is doing these, please, when I say the victory lap, it helps any long armor because our seams pull when they're loaded if you don't put a border around. So just go a scant 1/4 inch all the way around the outside, the perimeter. Then when you fold it with your seams in on each other. And it makes it so much nicer. If you wish, you can write a note about the quilt, the pattern, the fabric line, whatever you wish. Stick it inside of where the quilt is. I'm not going to open anything. It's just going to be, I'll announce that I received your quilt. Thank you for your donation. And the organization will probably reach out and say thank you to you guys. Wait, please say that again. What did I not say? If you wish to, let me say it again. If you wish to include a note that they would give to a recipient, then feel free to go ahead and you can write recipient because I can't tell you who's going to get them. The organization picks them at their random. The victory lap, what I'm talking about is, okay, now I understand. Okay, say this is your quilt. Just use the whole board. The victory lap, you know how we have the scant 1/4 inch. Everybody knows what a scant 1/4 inch is. All you're going to do is come around the outside perimeter, and that's going to lock all these seams in so that as it's in transition to mailing or to long armor, or you even store quilts, we like to call that the victory lap. And all you're going to do is go around the outside perimeter, and it's just go as scant as you can. That way they won't have to trim it off or anything. You don't want to do 4/4 inch. Just go as scant, and that's locking all of those seams. And it really does help, believe it or not, that they're all locked in and not a lot of pull to them. I don't understand the victory lap. Marcia, let me know if you do now. Hey, sorry I'm late. It's okay, Heather. Marcia, victory lap is stitch around the whole quilt like a 1/8 around if you don't do a border so the seams don't come apart. You know you can always count on me. Yay, Debbie. Thank you. Never heard of that term before. It's called the victory lap. And it's kind of like if you were a baker, you know? You put all this time into building a cake, all the ingredients and everything. That's kind of like what we do. And then, how I want to say, when you do the writing on top, you know, like the happy birthday, happy anniversary, you put the big flowers, whatever. Then that is kind of like your victory lap on a cake. You know, that's your final touch. And you know the project is ready to go out the door or go to the long arm. I just heard your explanation. Okay. There is always a lag on all of us. So, Debbie, send me a message on Messenger. And if you want to share that on your channel as well, please feel free to do so. We call it stay stitching and garment sewing. Oh, awesome. Okay, well, you stay stitch. But I'm going to show you now how simple this, it looks complicated kind of, you know, but it's one block and you're going to build out from there. And it's just a simple 9 patch and it comes out at 9.5. And I have sat and trimmed them and I'm getting very little. I'm being very meticulous. The pattern does call for you to press the seams open. I did that with the first 3 rows. And I was like, they're starting to pull as I'm joining my rows. I'm not doing it anymore. So I'm pressing to the dark. We call it stay stitching, got that. Of course, Heather, word of the day. Eva sent, hold on. Evan sent. Heather, tell me if that's not right. I was reading that the fabrics must be washed before quilt is made for Quilt of Valor. I have not. So there's just no way. I don't have that kind of time and I never saw that. I'm not saying it's you're wrong, but I've not seen that. Also never heard flimsy before I joined you here. In my world was just always a quilt top. I love learning new stuff. Awesome. I've made Quilts of Valor in groups and they never wash their fabric. I've not heard that, but if you wish to wash yours, feel free. Thanks. They must just be the Quilt of Valor in the one I looked at in Ohio. I don't know. So as I said, I use a lot of these design boards when I'm laying out things, and I've only got 6 more blocks to make. I doubt that I'll get them done tonight because I've missed you guys and I wanted to gab a bit, but we'll get going and see what happens. I am using a mix of the whites because I just thought it would add a little bit of extra to it. Like we need to add extra, right? And it really does make a difference as we're doing it. Okay, I give you an easier one. The bonus word of the day. Toboggan. That must mean I really jacked up the first one. Usually wash after quilting is complete in cold water with color catchers. That's what I do. But the Quilt of Valor will run all year long, but the first round is going to be, please get them in the mail to me, postmarked by March the 1st. I'll be traveling down to make the donation on behalf of all of the channel holders and these people that wish to help. And I'm going to keep a list and I'll be telling all about, like how many quilts, if you wish to put a number in, you know, whatever you wish. It's all up to you. And yes, I'm going to have dead air for just a second. I think I have too many. I will see. 1, 2, 3. And to make sure I have this right. I like to press them. Okay, a recap. Twin size, red, white, and blue. Top due by March 1st. Yep. Victory lap. You forgot to say victory lap. Dun, 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 dun. And I thank you guys for doing this. I'll have Joe type up something and we will get it into all the description boxes as well. That gives the information. And we do appreciate you guys. I just think that in the world we live in today, we all need to give back just a little, you know? And you do what's best for you and works for you. And now we're going to just keep ditching and talking. So is everyone ready for Christmas? I know some people don't like the term Christmas, but you know, I do. That's me. I do, definitely. I like to keep the Christ in Christmas. What has been this is going to be a fun fact. I am curious as to what is the craziest thing you've bought this year for someone? Like grandkid, kid, whatever. What is the craziest thing that you've been asked for this year? I'm just curious. You know, back when my kids were little, it was those Cabbage Patch dolls for the girls. They were like, you couldn't get enough of them. You couldn't find them. But that was back in the day when you waited outside in a blizzard, you know? Not ready, but we aren't gathering until January 3rd, so I have the gift of time, yes. Perfect. Yes. Yes, yes. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What, baby? Who's saying that air? You? Oh, Joe's saying that air. He needs to mic up then and talk to you guys. Because I was counting and he's lucky I talk. Not this year, but I once had to buy a ventriloquist dummy. It was creepy. Oh my goodness. That would be different. The quilting compound. My daughter competed with her cousin to see who could get more Cabbage Patch dolls. Oh, wow. I tell you what, it was crazy back in the day. People would I'm not saying beat you up, but it was kind of like if you had one in your shopping cart, you didn't leave your cart because someone going to steal it, you know? I'm all set for Christmas, but I do work on Christmas any time of year. So I get it. And Roberta, I totally understand. And if you're already committed to other projects, please don't set your other projects aside to jump on my bandwagon, you know? But over here, once a year, you will always find a charity project. That's just the way we do it over here. And I hope that everyone understands. Them dolls were ugly. Day. She has no filter tonight, does she? Let me see. The reds. Okay. It was cutthroat. I kid you not. And it must have been something all the girls talked about in school or something. They would come home last minute and tell the parents. And I swear they only made like, I live in very rural and in the country. And I kid you not, they probably only sent like 100 to my area. And you would have thought, you know, that was the best thing in the whole wide world. And we had a family that would say, okay, you go to this store, you call me when you get home if you found it, because we didn't have cell phones back then. But the Cabbage Patch was the craziest. That and let me see, for my son, it was the Nintendo when it first came out. Is there a special toy this year? I haven't heard of any. I haven't either. I have not heard of any grand thing this year. It was even on the news here about fights breaking out in the US store over Cabbage Patch. Yes, it was crazy. People would go to blows over those ugly dolls. My niece and my daughter still have theirs, and I'm like, why? Let me see. I agree with Day. Thumbs up, Day. You're so right. What did Day say? Oh, no, dead air. I know. I can't have dead air. I must talk. Shelley, my great nephew, asked for Star Wars stuff, lamp for his desk, and work gloves. He is 7. How cool is that? There's 7 years between my first and second child. First child wanted a brother or a sister for Christmas. Well, see how that worked out. That's the gift that kept on giving, you know? Worst one I had to get was Doctor Who toy and Nintendo Wii when they first come out. I can't imagine. I honestly can't imagine. I know Joe went to Radio Shack here back in the day, and that was crazy. I kid you not. He stood outside that store in the bitter cold, and he ended up getting a, I want to say, I think it was Nintendo back in the day. That's the one that has the Pac-Man in the thing on it. What is it? Like the driving stick or whatever. Yeah, that was a little crazy. I thankfully get a list to a pack for the blessings. Good for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want to make sure I'm keeping my count right. And turn the block the right way. Joyce, how quick did they want you to return it? Zaza, you're too funny. The only toys that come up in the search for Viral Toys 25 is a little robot thing called Micro Mini. What is it? I don't... Joystick, that's the word. And, yeah, all the kids in the neighborhood would come play that Pac-Man thing, and oh, I could go to work and I would hear bleep, 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 bleep. And everybody at work was talking about how that's all they dreamt of. Bleep, 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 bleep. If the kids weren't playing it, the husbands were. You have to get the highest score, you know? Joyce, my son asked me to return my daughter when she cried. I bet. Atari, I remember back in the 80s having that one. I have no idea what that is. Yeah, back when I grew up, we didn't have a lot of toys. We went outside and played. The quilting compound, yeah, with Space Invaders. Yeah. Atari was the best. I bet. Did you guys all compete for the highest score on all these games? Zaza, he was like a mother hen. He woke up in the middle of the night one time because the second child didn't wake up, and he had made him a bottle and was feeding his and changed his diaper. Oh, that's so sweet. I still have the Atari 64 and all the games. You better hold on to that. Your grandbaby want to play it one day. They'll be like, this thing's so cool. Where did you get this? You know? You'd be surprised how many of those old games still work. Now, question, do you guys prefer to open your seams? I'm telling you, with this one, I will not do that. There's a lot of pull to it. I even lowered my stitch length. My first video game obsession was, I got to say this word, Tetris on Super Nintendo. That's so cool. That is really, really cool. I have extra one there, so I just toss that aside. Get this stacked up. And when you see this project on Sunday, I'll be able to show it to you completed, but starting the next one. We got rid of all the games a few years back. Cool. Favorite food. What is your favorite dish? Let me do this. What is your favorite dish that you like to take to potluck, like family events for Christmas? What's everybody like? Ooh, I can't wait till, say, day comes. I get Paul's mac and cheese, or whatever the case may be. What is your one thing that you're well known for in the cooking world? Mine is pick up a bag of chips on the way. We played Frogger forever. What's that? I never heard of that. Janine was very addictive. Joe could play with the kids and lose hours because they get so involved in it. And I thought it was just so cool, you know? I could look in and just look at them and they're all just doing their own thing. And Chad and his dad would always compete. My Czech mix. Ooh. You know you have to bring some of that for a retreat, right? That's my favorite. Beer bread. I never heard of beer bread. Sometimes I iron open. Depends on the project. Yes. Yeah, I've got my stitch length down to 2. But it's just, there was a lot of stretch on this one. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. And I didn't want to go back over all the seams. So I was just very gentle. My treats, Frogger was where the frog had to cross the highway. Jump, jump, splat. I never heard tell of it. Joe will have to look that up so I can see what that is. Good evening, everyone. I am not promising, but I'll try to make a Quilt of Valor. I have no stash anymore, so I'll have to figure out a pattern and buy fabric. I hope you all have a very wonderful Christmas. We miss seeing you, sweetheart. I hope all is well. And it's honestly good to see you. Been wondering about you. You know? When we have one missing, we always take note. Yeah, 1, 2 turned. my board back that way. I don't want to put these in backwards. I'd be right upset with myself. Stuffing, coconut kisses. What is coconut kisses? Never heard of. My kids love beer bread with super stew. It's so yummy. That does sound good. Deviled eggs. I always had chickens. Oh, that's so cool. Eggplant casserole. Never heard of that either. Is that like with the pasta? Like, not pasta, the pasta sauce. The red sauce. Doing great at this end, Sheila. Hope all is well with you. You are definitely missed, my friend. The quilting grandma. Nobody has said He-Man in the Castle of Grayskulls. I have not a clue what that is. Absolutely not a clue. You've got me hung up on that one. Made some delicious banana bread today. Small loaves to give to some friends. I'll be running to the mailbox this week. I'm kidding. Coconut macaroons. Ooh. Oh, Marsha, I enjoy making banana bread. Yeah, I used to drop them because we couldn't eat them fast enough here. And I would drop them in the freezer and drop them in smoothies or smoosh them up so they would be ready for bread. I love banana bread. We finally have a demolished day for our house, so I am hoping it happens on time and we can start to rebuild. You've been in my thoughts and prayers. I tell you, that was awful. And for those that don't know, if you wish to tell everybody, you can fill them in, Sheila. That was very sad. Donna, oh, mom and dad, along with the youngest son and his girlfriend, are coming over for Christmas, and we're doing a big breakfast brunch instead of Christmas. Can't beat that at all. You cannot beat that at all. So, what are you looking forward to the most this Christmas? For me, I get all the grandkids and my kids, but that is the gift of time. That's what I love the most. To have them all in one location at the same time. That's the goal. That's what they're telling me will happen. But we shall see. So I want to flip this blog this way. Now it looks right. Teenage, I got to say this right. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I don't remember what that is. Oh, okay. Dressing carrot cake and pecan pie. Ooh. I took a cookie class. Yes, she did. Having my family over. Is that not the best, I tell you? The best. A nice quiet day with the family. I just love to catch up. I want to know, like, do a pulse check. You know, how's life going? I know you're busy. How's the kids? How's the school? All of this stuff, you know? Life gets busy and I want to know. I want to know. Our house burned down in August. We lost everything. Well, pretty much everything. My father-in-law's 8-track tape player still lives. Oh my goodness. I knew it was a fire, but I didn't know if it was okay for me to say. And honestly, when you're ready, you let me know and we will see if we can't. We all have so much extra fabric and things. Maybe we can mail you something to keep you going, you know? My daughter still cannot travel, so we will be alone again this year. FaceTime? Can she FaceTime with you? Everybody, please continue prayers for Sheila. I can't imagine. We lived through a fire and we lost a lot. And it's the rebuild is the worst. And I think any couple that can live through a rebuild and still stay married, you're lucky. Blessed to get to spend time with the holidays with your daughter and your Charleston blessings. But I'm missing my Michigan boys and their families. Absolute. It's hard when you're torn between two places. But you do well. You go back and forth. And that makes it nice. So you split your time. I can absolutely send some stash. I know I will. So whenever you're ready, you let us know. And I would be happy to share what I have. And we don't want to inundate you till you get your home ready. But we will do some kind of a way that we can just have everybody mail directly to you at your new home. They don't make things like they used to, no. They really don't. Guess who? Nancy's in the house. I'll be back. Going in one more store. You go shopping. And I think Becca is live tonight. I think her, Ian, and Mary are back from Disney. So I know I believe she's going live at 8. She'll email me. I have plenty to share. Yes. Yeah, I just don't know when she's ready for it. You know, when you're living on the uncertain, I don't know when she's going to be ready for us to mail to her. But she'll just have to let us know and we will get that address and get it going for everybody. Have a blessed night. And for those that will be leaving and we won't see them, Crossover, thank you, sweetheart. Thank you for coming. And we want to wish you a very Merry Christmas. And we will be around all weekend. So you'll see probably pop-ups and things just as I'm working on cutting out, doing things, and getting things done here on the back end. I will really want to at least try my best to get these two done. And I have to scavenge around here and see if I have enough of the colors, because I don't do normally a lot of red, white, and blue. But I have one more shelf to pull from, I think. And I like it with the colors and things, not just the plain. But I'm not the one who's going to get to enjoy it. Thanks, everyone. At this point, it could be May before we have a house. Hard to say. We'd be glad to take all the prayers we can get. You got it, girl. You got it. And the main thing is you guys are safe. You have shelter now to hold you over. And thank God you didn't get hurt, you know? I can't thank him enough that nothing happened to you, you know? Merry Christmas, everyone. Enjoy your family and friends. It's not what's under the tree, but who is around it. God bless you all. And with that being said, I think day is popping out. I'm going to finish these blocks because I really want to get these done. That way I can sit them over. Safe travels on the road for Christmas visits. See you online soon. Absolutely. And you guys make sure that you cherish this season of life, you know? I'm not sure if you have bad weather where you're at, but just enjoy that gift of time with your family. That's what's priceless. Amen. Nancy, we love you, hon. Merry Christmas, friends. I'll let you guys say your goodbyes to everybody. You see each other in all the chats, I'm sure, every weekend. And just know we're all blessed to have each other. And Christmas, it just means the world to me. And it's not about the gifts, you know? It's about the meaning. So I can say, what a bang. We got them done. So with that being said, take care, everyone. God bless you and keep you. Enjoy your Christmas. If I don't see you, I'll be back Sunday morning and starting another project. I have not seen notification for Becky yet, so not sure. Yes, I got the notification on my side. So check and make sure, Andrea, that you're subscribed, because YouTube is dropping everybody and doing all kinds of crazy. I just have to go to quilt shop in the morning. Awesome. So take care. God bless. And we'll see you Sunday if you're available. Bye-bye and enjoy your weekend.